Have you heard of an EKG? If so, do you know what it stands for? EKG is an abbreviation for the word electrocardiogram, but is also known as ECG. If you've heard of the test before but don't know what it really measures or what it's used for, that's what I'm going to be explaining to you today. First, we're going to be talking about the parts of the EKG machine. First, there are the electrodes, which are sticky pads that go onto your skin, and they are laced with a gel that's similar to the gel that they use at a sonogram, and that just helps the conduction between the skin and the leads. Next, there is the amplifier. It uses the signals that is sent to the EKG machine, and it zooms in up to 10 times. Next is the storage. It just stores the information of the heat waves. Next is the transmission device. It is used by the paramedics, and it sends your test results to the hospital you're being transferred to. If you remember me talking about the first part of the EKG machine, the electrodes, and how it's laced with the gel that helps the conduction between your skin to the lead, well, there's 3 types of leads. There is the limb leads, the augmented limb leads, and the precordial leads. The limb leads, there are 3 leads for that. 1, 2, and 3. This is from the right arm to the left arm, that's lead 1. From the left arm to the left leg, that's lead 2. And from the left leg to the left arm, that's lead 3. And this creates a triangle, which is called the Einthoven's triangle. It's going to be the reference point for the next leads, which is the augmented limb leads, which is AVR, AVF, and AVL. The AVR goes to the right side, the AVL goes to the left side, the AVF goes to the foot, and it goes to the neutral point, goes out. Next is the precordial leads. The precordial leads use the center point of the Einthoven's triangle as a reference point. The central part is called Wilson Central Terminal. There's 6 leads in the precordial leads. There's V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, and V6. These mostly go on one part of the body, which is around your heart, unlike the other leads that go all over your body. There are 5 types of tests that you can do with the EKG machine. There is the continuous monitoring, telemetry monitoring, ambulatory monitoring, 12-lead EKG, and the stress test. First, the continuous monitoring has 3 or 4 leads and is only used bedside, which meaning the patient would have to be in bed. Next is the telemetry, known as the tele. It has 5 leads and is used remotely, meaning you can put it in a pocket and just walk around and do your daily activities. Next is the ambulatory monitoring, which has 2 types, which both have 5 leads. The 2 types are event monitoring and Holter monitoring. The event monitoring is only worn up to 24 to 48 hours. Unlike the Holter monitoring is worn up to a month. The month is it only starts recording the heart when you press a button when you're feeling like there's something wrong, when you're symptomatic. The next one is a 12-lead EKG. There are 12 leads, and it's the golden standard, meaning it's the best test to get the best results. Next is the stress test. There are 12 leads, and it is the best for when you feel that there's something wrong when you're exercising or doing things to get your heart rate up. This is there's two types, the exercising and the medication. Those two help your heart rate get up. Using medication will get the heart rate up without having to exercise. Unlike the exercising, they will make you like run on a treadmill or ride a bike, getting your heart rate to a certain level. If your heart rate doesn't reach a certain level, the test will not be used because you didn't go up to the certain rate. With this, it's only used for when your heart feels bad when you're exercising, when your heart rate goes up. This is my visual aid. It is a real EKG test. When you do these tests, there's things called artifacts that mess up the EKG signals, and it is caused by tension in the wires or moving around from the patient. This has little boxes with even littler boxes that are 0.4 seconds. So this measures what your heart is doing in those 0.4 seconds. As I mentioned in the parts of the EKG machine, there is the amplifier. And so in this test, you can amplify them and make these boxes bigger, and it will show what the heart is doing. Like, you can see it even better. With this, to sum it up, I talked about the five types of the test and the parts of the EKG machine, and I showed you an example of a real EKG test screening. And thank you.